When we went through the concentration camp, we saw this purple triangle. Then I knew there's my sister. I said, "Hello, sister, how are you? What's your name? Where you come from?"
The witnesses fared better in the camps than many prisoners. Absolute conviction in their faith and strict discipline helped their morale. Soon, Magdalena was joined at Ravensbrück by her mother and her sister, Hildegard.
I saw my mother. I was so happy, and she told me everything. She was happy, and it was really good because I had swollen arms. I couldn't walk. I couldn't dress myself because of this sickness. It was rheuma or something. And my mother, she dressed me. She made my hair.
Despite the evil and hardship at Ravensbrück, Frau Cousereau kept her faith. Her son Wilhelm had given his life for the faith, and younger brother Wolfgang, when called for military service, showed true Cousereau defiance.
I was brought up as one of Jehovah's Witnesses according to God's word contained in the Holy Scriptures. The greatest and most holy law he gave mankind is, "You shall love your God above all else and your neighbor as yourself." Other commandments read, "You must not kill." Did our Creator have all this written down for the trees? Just as Jesus Christ and his disciples were persecuted, so are God's people also persecuted today. I know for sure that if Jesus Christ were to live on earth today, he would be persecuted just as he was then.
Wolfgang was beheaded on March the 28th, 1942. The night before, he wrote,
"My dear parents and my dear brothers and sisters, I shall leave you as your third son and brother early in the morning. Be not sad. The time will come when we shall be together again. Those who sow with tears will reap with joy." In James chapter 1, verse 12, it says, "Blessed is the man that endures temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which Jehovah has promised to them that love him. In this faith and in this conviction I go from you, your son and brother, Wolfgang."
By now, Waltraud had returned from Berlin and managed to find work in this florist shop in Paderborn. She was ordered to greet customers with the Heil Hitler salutation. She refused.
Oh ja, ich würde gern.
After being given 8 days to change her mind, she still refused and was arrested and imprisoned in Paderborn and told to make ammunition.
I cannot walk for the war. This I cannot walk, this for the war. My brother is killed, is shot. My other brother is beheaded. My 3 sisters, little ones, the Gestapo have kept there. And my other brother in concentration camp, my mother in concentration camp, my 2 sisters, and also my father in prison. No, I cannot make that.
By 1944, just one member of the Cousereau family was free, Anne-Marie, who was still in Berlin.
Every week I had with me in my apartment some persons to have a Bible study. And therefore I was arrested. There must be a person who has observed us.
The Nazis had rounded up every single member of the family. Some were dead, and the future for the rest uncertain. Yet they had a lifeline. Unlike all other prisoners, Jehovah's Witnesses could secure their release simply by signing a declaration that they'd abandoned their faith. Of the thousands arrested, only a handful did so.
I was not ready to sign. I thought I have think over my parents, my little children. I mean my brothers and my sisters. They are so faithful, so obedient. Although we all were separated. We were all separated. And when I now am free, what should I do? My conscience, I have thought it over. It is impossible to be unfaithful.
How could I sign that I'm not a witness? How could I leave my faith? Never, never, never.
In April 1945, Ravensbrück concentration camp was liberated. Hilda Kusserow and her daughters were released. Imprisonment had strengthened their faith, and morally the witnesses had defeated the Nazis. Hilda was reunited with her husband, and with the surviving members of the family, rebuilt their lives. Although they never returned to their Golden Age home, they always remained faithful Jehovah's Witnesses. They were back in a Germany where the Protestant and Catholic churches were still the predominant religious groups. Despite rebellion and martyrdom by some believers, most church leaders had bowed the knee to the Nazis. Hitler, confirmed a Catholic, was never excommunicated. The church was silent, whilst millions of Jews and others died. Among the organized Christian religions in Germany, it was only the Jehovah's Witnesses who refused any compromise at all with Hitler and the Nazis. Like the first Christians, they too were reviled and ridiculed, and they were martyred. Among the millions who perished in the Holocaust, there were some 5,000 Jehovah's Witnesses, and yet those who survived still proclaimed, there is a purpose to all this. There is a God.